Girl doesn't blink. I watched. And I read it somewhere and I watched the whole series and she doesn't blink at all. And her deadpan delivery gives me a run for my money. That's what body was never found. And she ended up coming back, played by Christina Ricci, which, if you know, was the Wednesday Addams from the feature films. Welcome to Miller's Monsters as I talk about the series Wednesday on Netflix. This one, focuses on Wednesday Addams, not as much on the family. Is directed by Tim Burton and stars Jenna Ortega, who I feel is one of the breakout stars of 2022. As always, please hit the subscribe, hit the like, ring the bell, set yourself up for notifications so you don't miss another episode. Share with your friends or enemies, and there be spoilers ahead. So in watching Wednesday, I pretty much binge watched it in a week. A couple episodes here, a couple episodes there. If I had the time and could sit for that long, I probably would have binged watched the whole thing in one sitting. It was very, very interesting to me. Kind of a gothic Nancy Drew, I believe was the name. Yeah, a gothic Nancy Drew, where Wednesday gets kicked out of her latest school, gets put into Hawthorne, private institution for gifted children, where they're kind of on the gothic spooky side, full of werewolf sirens. One's a psychic that can bring his paintings to life. That kind of school, and she's trying to make her way through this new school where she is seen as the outcast of the outcasts, and also has to go through and solve a few mysteries along the way, the biggest being who's murdering people from the town and eventually attacking people from the school. Jenna Ortega, of course, plays Addams, Wednesday Addams, and I don't know, I don't think you could find a better person for this. The girl doesn't blink. I watched, and I read it somewhere and I watched the whole series, and she doesn't blink at all. And her deadpan delivery gives me a run for my money. That's about as far as I can go. All right, I blinked. You guys win out there. A fantastic performance by her. I know she took cello lessons. Also, she choreographed the dance scene, which is my favorite scene now of that whole series. It was the piranha in the pool, which was pretty good in its own right, but the dance scene was remarkable, and they did right by giving nods, to the Addams family. The two snaps of the finger. I can't snap my fingers. I just can't do it. To get into the secret society. They had oh my god, Thing in there, which a fantastic gothic version of Thing with the scars and all that, and he plays a big part throughout, kind of as Wednesday's Watson through the whole thing. And we watch Wednesday grow as a person throughout this, as well as one solving the mystery of her father, who was accused of murder way back in the day, and we find out that he was just protecting his wife, and she does that by digging up the grave of one of the town's founders, and he had a sister, which blames the school for everything that's happened to her family. And as we learned, as Wednesday investigates, this sister was believed to be killed in Europe, overseas, but body was never found, and she ended up coming back, played by Christina Ricci, which, if you know, was the Wednesday Addams from the feature films, and she ended up being the bad guy. And I had a feeling at first she would be, but this was done well enough to where it's like, okay, maybe it's not her. Maybe it's the principal. I thought it was the principal at times. Thought it was the one artist where the paintings kept coming to life. And then eventually find out it was Christina Ricci and what turned out to be Wednesday's first kiss, who became the Hyde, which is the killer in this film. And it's a wonderful CGI monster with big bug eyes and teeth and spikes down his back. But what happens is Jekyll and Hyde. Hyde is the evil other half, okay, in that area. And once you release the Hyde, it's pretty loyal, but eventually turns on you. And Christina Ricci found a way to release the Hyde. And the whole time he's playing up to Wednesday, and they, not romantically involved, but she's pretty much a loner, doesn't fear putting anybody in harm's way to get her goals accomplished, and eventually she warms up to him and gives them. They have their first kiss together, and Wednesday has a lot of problems in this series, along with going to the new school, trying to find her way, solving all these mysteries. She's also developing psychic abilities, and she has these visions throughout the series that helps her weave her way through these mysteries. And after the first kiss, she finds out that he is the Hyde, and also she's working against the original town's father, whose main goal was to eliminate all the what's the word? I can't think of it. We're gonna pause until I think of this. He wants to eliminate all the outcasts of his generation, and he's thwarted by Goody Addams, which is a great ancestor of Wednesday Addams, and appears in her visions to help guide her through things as well. Finally, we come to the epic battle to where it looks like everybody's won. Wednesday's been stabbed and is dying. The pilgrim has come back from the dead, brought back by Christina Ricci, and is about to go to the school and eliminate all the outcasts. But Goody comes to Wednesday's rescue, resurrects her, and then the final showdown is, of course, Wednesday Addams victorious in the end. Can't really tell you what happened to Christina Ricci. I'm assuming they arrested her. She is a normal person, so there's no problems with her escaping or anything, right? Maybe. But they did take Hyde in alive. And one of the end scenes we see is they're transporting the boy, actually the sheriff's son, to jail all in chains, and he turns into the Hyde. So obviously that leads to him returning at some point, maybe in season 2, maybe not. Yes, season 2 is already picked up, and I'm excited to see what they have in store. And our final scene is Wednesday, who was given a phone, gets a text saying, I have my eyes on you. So she has a stalker to deal with as well. Besides, the mystery of it all, the fantastic acting and all it, we see Wednesday grow throughout the series, and that was okay. It was fun to see, not okay. It was good to see. It's good to see a person grow emotionally through the series, to where she's very stiff and uptight through the series, manipulates people, like I said, any chance she gets. We see her little cracks in the wall, to where she allows herself to be vulnerable enough to have that first kiss. And unfortunately it turned out very poorly, which you'd think would have put up the walls again. But in the end, and we've seen another crack in her, and how she's responding to her friends now. So not only will we get more mysteries in season 2, it'll be interesting to see how much she grows in season 2 emotionally as well. The one downside is, the rest of the family wasn't a big part of it. They make guest appearances, I'll call it. Uncle Fester shows up for an episode. helping Wednesday. Of course, the parents are there dropping her off, picking her up, and then they're involved in the part of the series that Wednesday finds that the person Gomez Addams is accused of killing was really dying because he was trying to poison the punch at the Outcast party, and the glass broke and infected him already, so that clears Gomez Addams' name. Haven't seen Granny yet, haven't seen Cousin It yet. Hopefully we get to see those soon, but this is more about Wednesday Addams, and like I said, the gothic Nancy Drew, and I hope they don't try to overstuff it with more. Just keep the rest of the family and the bits part like they did, and focus on the mysteries and her growth at the academy. So I hope you like what you saw. Hit the subscribe, hit the like, ring the bell, set yourselves up for notifications so you don't miss another video. Share it with your friends or enemies, and I will talk to you later.